I said that, after the September meeting, when Chairman Powell, so to speak, recalibrated, which means we're now on a downward path, that I thought the 10-year was going to go up, not down. I thought the 10-year was way too low. I thought it was, discounting a recession. And once the Fed pivoted, I thought the recession probability went way down and that the 10-year would rise. So I think that you're right. I mean, I think we're going to, poke ourselves on the 10-year through 4%, and maybe actually reaching 4.5, if not this year, then early next year.
So we've got a strong labour market, check that box. But herein lies the risk. On the data front this week, we have CPI. If that does continue to moderate towards the Fed's 2% target, then that's the Goldilocks scenario, of course, isn't it, Professor, for equities? Yeah. Do you think it's going to work that way?
I think the probability of soft landing, which is, now some people say no landing. A soft landing is no recession. We might get a period of a little slower growth. The expectation this quarter, the quarter that we just finished, the third quarter, looks like it's a 2.5, 2 3/4, which is pretty good. One should note, you showed the payrolls of the last 3 months, and the last 3 months, which is the third quarter, we did see 550,000 new jobs. But one thing that was quite unusual was we saw a plunging of the hours worked. And in fact, the amount of hours worked that I calculated was up only 0.3% in the third quarter. So there were more than 500,000 new jobs, but with everyone working less hours, the actual amount of hours input in the economy was relatively low. Now, the good news about that means that 2.5 to 3% GDP is almost all a productivity gain, not just because we had more people working, but people that were working the hours were more productive than before. So, but the hours worked is not showing a booming number right now. It's not showing, of course, a recession number, and I don't deny that the labor report was a strong one. The household report really was stronger than anticipated. So the probability, no signs of recession at all in any of the data that I'm looking at.